Have fun out there, guys.
All right, Brady. Send you some sunshine.
You're listening to...
Day in Peoria, temperatures over 80 degrees. We get a chance to watch Bryan Woo pitch today against the Angels. Rick, a fun one today. We get a couple of debuts. Mitch Garver behind the plate for the first time, and J.P. Crawford in the lineup for the first time as well.
Exactly. Good to have Mitch Garver back in the fold. The late sign, coming back after spending the last 2 years with the Mariners. And for J.P. Crawford, nursing a little bit of a sore shoulder, but he's the DH this afternoon, so that's always good news to get into camp as early as he possibly can, or get going as early as he possibly can. And, you know, it's only going to take a few days for JP and for Mitch Garver to ramp up and get going, be ready for the season.
Yeah, with position players, it doesn't take nearly as long. No. So there's plenty of time left in camp for especially J.P. Crawford. We'll see him probably next week in the field for the first time, but as a veteran position player especially, still plenty of time.
No, he'll get going. We got a beautiful day out for baseball on this Tuesday afternoon here in Peoria. Welcome to the Peoria Sports Complex, everybody. The Mariners and the Angels. Bryan Woo up on the hill for the second time this spring. His last outing was about 5 days ago against the Kansas City Royals. So here are the Angels in town. Chris Taylor, the former Mariner, will lead things off. Woo had the incredible 2025 season. He looks in. Bryan ready. The windup and the pitch on the way to Taylor is high and outside for ball one, and we are underway. The sun shining down, not a cloud in the sky. Blue skies, green grass. The way baseball was supposed to be played. Bryan ready, the windup, and now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Taylor. Check swing, and that's just a little bit outside for ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, but what a year for Bryan last year. 15-7 with a 2.94 ERA, one of the best earned run averages in the American League, and he made 30 starts. Fortunately, was lost to the Mariners at the end of the year. Next offer is swinging a pop up into that sky blues covering over Peoria Sports Complex. Coming in from right field, Rob Refsnyder is there to make the catch. And there's one away for the Angels here in the top half of the first inning. We are just underway. Fans enjoying the sunshine, got their caps out for a little bit of a protection. Had a lot of fans down at field 1 and 2 earlier today. And folks, if you're making your plans to come on down to spring training, it's going to be a lot of fun. Come on down there, see the guys get ready for the season. But right now, a lot of the Mariner players getting ready for the World Baseball Classic. Here's Nick Madrigal, second baseman for the Angels. The pitch from Woo is over for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So a little bit of a lighter clubhouse with guys going to their respective clubs. Cal Raleigh and Gabe Spire with Team USA. The windup by Woo and the 0-1 pitch. The Madrigal swinging a pop-up out of play in the first base side, and the count is now 0-2. And Gary, I'm looking forward to the first World Baseball Classic game. Doesn't matter who's playing. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be great. In fact, a lot of exhibitions going on down here today with teams playing the various other teams. You know, Team Italy playing an exhibition game today. So I was kind of hoping the Mariners would get one of these exhibitions. Yeah. They don't. But, yeah, it's coming fast.
Yeah, the Angels are going to be playing Team Italy tomorrow as well. Bryan ready. The 0-2 pitch is outside for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I was looking at that. There is a chance that one of the pitchers from Team Italy, he's an Angel, he'll be pitching against the Angels coming up tomorrow in an exhibition game.
That's what I like, the side stories going on because of the Classic. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's outside with a breaking ball for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But guys that were teammates just days ago are now playing against one another in the World Baseball Classic. The windup by Woo and the 2-2, swinging a fly ball in the right field, down the line, going back, Refsnyder toward the corner. Rob is there. He's got plenty of room, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs. Familiar Woo in the background when Bryan pitches. Well, what an incredible year for this kid from Alameda, California, the Oakland area last season. Really had a breakout year. One of the best in baseball. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, catcher for the Angels. Angels in their red jerseys, gray pants. Mariners Northwest green jerseys, white pants, and a beautiful day out for baseball. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball one.
You mentioned the exhibition games. Shannon and I, this morning when the Team USA lineup came out, we were picking apart the lineup and having the discussion, what would your lineup be if you had, I mean, it's pretty fun conversation when you look at the lineup to, where would I put this guy? Where would I put Cal? Where would I put Judge?
It's an all-star team.
It is an all-star team. That's right.
Look at that pitching staff. Swing and a miss by O'Hoppe, and the count is even on Logan. And 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the first inning. Bryan from the stretch always takes that deep side, delivers, swing and a miss by O'Hoppe, fooled on a pitch down and away. And the count is now 1-2. Bryan has that low release point where he really sits into his legs, and that creates that lower release point, and it looks like that four-seamer has rise to it up and into a right-handed hitter. Let's see what he does here. The stretch by Woo. Here's the 1-2 on the way to O'Hoppe, swinging a ground ball to short. Off to his left is Colt Emerson, gathers it in, the throw to first, and it's in time to get O'Hoppe. 1-2-3 go the Angels, and a nice start for Bryan Woo this afternoon here in Peoria. We go to the bottom of the first. Our Mechanics Bank score. It's the Angels 0, and the Mariners coming up.
CVS doesn't want you to know about this new hack to get 9 tablets of 100-milligram generic Viagra for $7 in less than 2 minutes. When I first heard about it, I thought, it has to be a scam. But after my failures in bed, I kept thinking, I need to fix this. I can't keep living like this and disappointing my wife. That's when I looked into Friday plans. CVS charged over $45 a pill. 9 tablets of 100-milligram generic Viagra set me back $406. Walgreens charged me $417 for the same 9 tablets, or $46 per pill. I was sick and tired of those insane prices. So, yeah, I gave Friday plans a shot. They offer the same 9 tablets of 100-milligram generic Viagra for $7. The prescription is free, and the shipping is free as well. Even the 20-milligram generic Cialis is the same price. I was skeptical, thinking, all right, where's the hidden charge? But there wasn't one. It all took me about 2 minutes. No phone calls, no doctor visits. It was all so easy. I just answered a few medical questions, and within hours, their doctor approved a free prescription, just like they promised. 3 days later, a discreet package landed at my door. 9 individually wrapped 100-milligram tablets of generic Viagra, all for $7. Holding it, I thought, wow, they really delivered on this. It's as simple as they claimed. You can claim this deal by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. That night, I tried one. Within 30 minutes, I knew Friday Plans is the real thing. I feel 20 years younger. My wife won't stop smiling. She called me a whole new man. I've been seeing Friday Plans everywhere. It's going viral on Facebook and has a solid 4.7 stars on Trustpilot with impressive feedback. Don't miss out. Get your free prescription by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. It takes 2 minutes, and it's going to be the best $7 you've ever spent. Try it out yourself while you still can. Scan the QR code or go to realfridayplans.com.
Score, Brendan Donovan will lead things off. On the mound for the Halos is George Klassen, 24-year-old right-hander out of West Bend, Wisconsin, 6th-round pick in June of 2023, 3 years ago by the Phillies. He was at Rocket City last year for most of the year, 4-12 in the minors with a 5.35 ERA, making 24 starts, made 1 start at AAA Salt Lake City. So here's Brendan Donovan, and folks, you're going to love seeing this guy in a Mariners uniform. Former St. Louis Cardinal, last 4 years in the big leagues. Last season hit 287, 10 home runs, 50 runs batted in, was an all-star last season. Here's the windup by Klassen, and he delivers a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Donovan's going to get on base. He's going to hit for an average, put the ball in play, gap-to-gap hitter. And he's going to play some great defense. Won a Gold Glove his rookie year, 2022. Here's the pitch to him, and it's low and inside for ball one. Love the interview you and Shannon had with Perry Hill, our infield coach, who's, by the way, the best in the business. Talking about Donovan. Next pitch to Donovan, a left-handed hitter. Fastball is inside for ball two, 2-1. It seems like the Mariners and Perry wanted this guy for a long time.
Yeah, Perry was not shy. I've wanted this guy for 3 or 4 years. Well, you're not alone.
Yeah. And they finally made a deal. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's high. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike.
It's been fun to talk to both Donovan and Perry about one another. There's a lot of mutual respect that goes both ways. Perry to Donovan, Donovan to Perry.
Perry has worked with a lot of Gold Glovers. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high drive way out of here to right field, foul. And the count is now full on Donovan. Oohs and ahs from the fans here at the ballpark.
Hit the top of the light tower.
A long way. High in the air, foul. Therefore the oohs and ahs. 3-2, the pitch. Check swing, strike, 3 called. Fastball at the top of the zone. So zone plate umpire Dexter Kelly, and there's one away. Perry Hill, as good as anybody, Gary's working with infielders, making sure that guys, know the fundamentals each and every day, work on the fundamentals, make the plays in front of you. And occasionally, they're going to make some great plays, which they do. Here's right fielder Rob Refsnyder, big addition during the offseason, coming over from the Red Sox. The pitch to him, a strike. 0-1. And
for Perry, he said it's all about his goal is to take that infielder to the next level.
The windup and the 0-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball, chopper along the third base line, charging is Moore, toss across on the run, and it's in time to get Refsnyder. Christian Moore with a nice play. And the Mariners have 2 outs here at the bottom of the first inning.
Take an average fielder to a good fielder, good to great, great to Gold Glove. That's his goal, to try and take what he's given and try and just make them better.
1% better each and every day, and Perry Hill does that. Here is Luke Raley batting up in the number 3 spot. The windup and the pitch. Fastball is up high from Klassen for ball 1. Love watching the infield drills in the morning down on field 1. Perry working with everybody. Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball is inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. When something good happens, and a lot of times it does, he yells, "Stop it." That's a good thing. Here's the stretch, and the right-hander's 2-0 pitch to Luke. High and outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
That's one of the first things you have to learn as an infielder. That is a good thing.
Yeah.
Donovan, the first time, I thought I did it right. What happened?
He doesn't really mean to stop it. You did something wrong. He means you did something right. Next pitch is outside of Raley for ball 4. So Luke draws a 4-pitch walk. He's on at first base with 2 outs. No score in the bottom of the first inning. And here's veteran catcher Mitch Garver making his 2026 Cactus League debut. He's looking for a job during the offseason. Back with Seattle. Good to have Mitch back. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Garver. It's outside for ball 1. Manager Dan Wilson talking about Garver prior to the ball game with the media today, saying, it took a little while to, get reacquainted with everybody, but he knows this pitching staff, obviously. Here's a swing and a bounce foul in front of the Mariners' third base dugout, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So you got a guy who knows everybody on the staff, and he'll learn the new guys very quickly. Mitch Garver, 9 home runs last year, 30 runs batted in. The pitch to him, swing and a miss for strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good to see Mitch in there today, and the guy hitting behind him, J.P. Crawford. This is J.P.'s first game of the spring, bothered by a little bit of a sore shoulder. He's the DH today. Raley a lead at first base, held on the bag by Candelario. Now the stretch by Klassen, and the right-hander's pitch, swinging a chopper to short, up the middle, the backhand of the second baseman Madrigal. The one-hop throw to first is wide as Candelario has to go get it. Garver is safe at first base with an infield single. That'll get Luke Raley down to second base. So a ground ball up the middle, and Magical, the second baseman, had to go on the other side of the bag to get to it, as Parrish, the shortstop, could not. And now the Mariners have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And that'll bring up designated hitter J.P. Crawford. Nice to have J.P. in the lineup for the first time this spring. Klassen delivers inside for ball 1. Some of the guys in the early part of the spring, little hurts here and there, but nice to see JP back in there. Time is called as catcher Logan O'Hoppe goes out to have a little talk with Klassen.
As Justin Hollander just said, if this were the regular season, he'd be in there playing, but it's not the regular season, and there's plenty of time to the regular season, so no need to push anything this time of year.
Right now, here it is. Letting you talk too much, an old song from the 50s. And how that conversation breaks up, they're not talking too much at all. But yeah, JP, plenty of time to get ready. First at bat of the spring. 1-0 the count on JP. 2 on, 2 outs, no score. Bottom of the first, the pitch. It's up and away, not by much, but by Crawford. 2-0. JP hit 265 last year. He always comes away with his share of base hits and big base hits. Tie game or take the lead. Next pitch to him is low and inside for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Mariners now down to 74 in camp. They've made 3 cuts earlier today. A lot of the guys are gone for the World Baseball Classic. Here's the pitch on the way to JP, and it's in there for a strike, taken all the way. And the count is now 3-1. Josh Caron, Connor Sharping, and Luke Stevenson were re-signed to the minor league camp today, so they're down to 74. Here's the pitch to JP. Swinging a little looper into shallow left center field, going out to shortstop Paris. And Paris back in time to make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men are left on. We go to the top half of the second here in Peoria. Our Mechanics Bank scores. The Mariners nothing, and the Angels nothing.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Mopping is hard work, but I thought it was the only way I can get my floors truly clean. And then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop and realized I can get cleaner floors without the extra work. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact, and the pad's hundreds of strips scrub away sticky messes even from grout lines. Okay, Power Mop. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. So ditch the bucket and all the hard work that comes along with it with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Welcome to BFFs with Fred and Puka. Brought to you by Experian. Who would you say is your BFF?
You're one of my BFFs for sure.
Pook, sorry, buddy. I already got a BFF. Experian, my big financial friend. They can help you lower your monthly bills, save you time and money, cancel unwanted subscriptions. Do you do any of that?
No, I don't.
Experian does, and they can do it for you, Puka. You're like my little BFF, though.
I don't think I'm that little, but I'll take the little BFF.
Oh, wait. Get the app from your big financial friend, Experian.
Experian. This little light of mine has been dark for quite some time. Then I let in the light to help see more of the light inside of me.
I needed more from my antidepressant, so my doctor added Caplyta, proven to provide greater relief from depression symptoms than an antidepressant alone, building on my progress without starting over. Weight gain and reported sexual side effects were not common.
Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Call your doctor about new or sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks. Report fever, confusion, stiff muscles, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal. Common side effects are sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, dry mouth, feeling tired, and diarrhea. These aren't all the side effects.
Ask your doctor about Caplyta.
Help see more of the light inside of me.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
For the Mariners will be right-hander Michael Rucker. He takes over in relief with 2 on for the Angels and 1 out. Mariners lead 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd.
Here comes his first pitch to Madrigal, and that's called a strike, 0-1. Rucker out of Auburn Riverside High School. Spent his freshman year in college at Gonzaga before going to BYU. Spent parts of 3 seasons with the Cubs. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, little looper right field. That's a base hit. Rounding third base, Candelario. He's being waved. He is going to score, and the Angels are on the board. RBI single. It's now 2-1 Mariners. Now runners at the corners for the Angels. Rucker and 21 broke in with the Cubs, 20 games that year. Was a big part of the bullpen in 22, 41 games, an ERA under 4. Then 2023 is last year in the majors with Chicago, 35 games, an ERA under 5. Here's the pitch inside to Ohapi. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on the corners, 2-1 Mariners. Rucker spent 2024 in the minors with the Phillies and Nationals, so not pitched last year. Delivers. Swung on, ripped into left field. A base hit. This game is tied. Teodosio will score. And the Angels back-to-back hits. So Hoppy drives in a run. It's now 2-2. And that'll bring up Christian Moore. Angels had an interesting offseason. They are going to take some projects on, especially in their bullpen. Grayson Rodriguez in a trade from Baltimore. Great stuff. It's just been about staying healthy. Alek Manoah, who had such a great start to his career with the Blue Jays, now part of the Angels. Here's the pitch to Christian Moore, and that's wide. 1 ball, no strikes. They still have some of the usuals in the rotation. Yusei Kikuchi is there. Reed Detmers. Jose Soriano. Here's the pitch. That's outside. And gets away from Garver. Now runners will be at the corners, 1st and 3rd. Candelaria, another one of those guys. So they're taking some stabs at some bounce backs on their roster this time around. It's going to be a pass ball, not a wild pitch. He delivers. That's a strike over the edge. 96 miles per hour on the corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Looking for a double play ball in a 2-2 game. The pitch inside, twists out of the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mike Trout is going to move back to center field this year after playing right field last season and really playing the most games he's played in a number of years. Here's the 3-1. Runner goes. It's a strike. No throw to second base. So second stolen easily by Ohapi. He had 2 steals all of last season. He has a spring training steal. Infield will move in now. They'll surround the grass all around the infield. Bliss playing second today. Wisdom at first. Colt Emerson at short. And Donovan at third base. Here's the pitch. Swung on a grounder right back to Rucker. They got the runner at third on the rundown. Throws it to Donovan. Will run him to home. Will give it up to Garver. Will chase him down the line. Apply the tag. Runners will move up. They get the out. It's funny. I was just said Donovan at third, and we've talked so much about Donovan playing third. I feel like he's only gotten a couple of actual ground balls to him at third base this spring so far. I mean, he hasn't been out there a ton, but I feel like he has not seen a lot of action at third base yet.
I don't think so either. He will, but right now during the spring, haven't seen too many ground balls his way.
People have asked, how's he look at third? And I keep saying, well, he looks great standing there. So here's the pitch to Surrey. That's a strike.
No, he's going to be just fine. Already a Gold Glove winner.
Yeah, it's a position he's certainly familiar with. He just hasn't played a ton there compared to the outfield and second base. Here's the 0-1. Half cut. He goes. Strike on Surrey. Oh, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on. 2-2 the score. Rucker, ball in his right hand from the stretch, sleeveless on an 82-degree day. The pitch. Swung on a miss. A waving cut. He gets the strikeout and it puts the Angels away here in the top of the third. They do get a couple. We go to the bottom of the inning. 2-2 the score. Your Mechanics Bank score on the Mariners Radio Network.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like support you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know I played in high school?
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
CVS doesn't want you to know about this new hack to get 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7 in less than 2 minutes. When I first heard about it, I thought, it has to be a scam. But after my failures in bed, I kept thinking, I need to fix this. I can't keep living like this and disappointing my wife. That's when I looked into Friday plans. CVS charged over $45 a pill. 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra set me back $406. Walgreens charged me $417 for the same 9 tablets, or $46 per pill. I was sick and tired of those insane prices. So, yeah, I gave Friday Plans a shot. They offer the same 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7. The prescription is free and the shipping is free as well. Even the 20 milligram generic Cialis is the same price. I was skeptical, thinking, all right, where's the hidden charge? But there wasn't one. It all took me about 2 minutes. No phone calls, no doctor visits. It was all so easy. I just answered a few medical questions, and within hours, their doctor approved a free prescription, just like they promised. 3 days later, a discreet package landed at my door. 9 individually wrapped 100 milligram tablets of generic Viagra, all for $7. Holding it, I thought, wow, they really delivered on this. It's as simple as they claimed. You can claim this deal by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. That night, I tried one. Within 30 minutes, I knew Friday Plans is the real thing. I feel 20 years younger. My wife won't stop smiling. She called me a whole new man. I've been seeing Friday Plans everywhere. It's going viral on Facebook and has a solid 4.7 stars on Trustpilot with impressive feedback. Don't miss out. Get your free prescription by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. It takes 2 minutes, and it's going to be the best $7 you've ever spent. Try it out yourself while you still can. Scan the QR code or go to realfridayplans.com.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhance game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games and more. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Fourth inning, Mariners and Angels tied at 2 apiece. Your Mechanics Bank score. Casey Legumina takes over on the hill. Taking over for us is Justin Hollander. Justin, it is great to see you once again. Thanks for coming in.
I got it from here, Gary.
Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
Go get a soft pretzel, do whatever you're going to do. Riz and I got it.
All right.
Hey, between us, we have 40 years of experience.
I haven't seen you with a pretzel this spring yet. What's going on?
I've got other snacks.
Oh, good. Okay. As long as you're taken care of, that's what matters.
It's not because I'm not eating snacks during the game.
Okay, good. Here comes the first offering. It's swung on. Ground ball to second base. On the backhand, Bliss has it. Sets his feet. A little wide throw to first base. Picked up by Wisdom. Applies the tag. That's the first out. So, how's camp gone for you so far, in your view?
It's been great. It's been great. It's kind of a tale of two camps now, with the WBC guys taking off. You get a chance to see some different guys, and some guys get some more run with Cal and Julio and Randy and Nails and on and on and on, going to report to their teams over the last couple of days. So it's been really fun. I think the vibes are really good right now, but it's been fun.
Here comes the pitch to Paris. That's a strike. Yeah, I have like 13 box scores pulled up trying to follow all the exhibitions that all the guys are playing in today. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. What's really stood out here in the early days for you?
I think some of the guys in our bullpen, Legumina being one of them, that have really come out and been really aggressive in the strike zone. Legumina, Criswell, Wilcox, we'll see later today. These guys have been really fun to watch because of how good their stuff is right now and how aggressive they're being with count control, first pitch strikes, all that stuff.
The 0-2 is down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What do you think of Mr. Woo this afternoon, second start of the spring?
Looked exactly like Mr. Woo. It's so fun to watch. There's just so much deception. It makes it look so easy coming down the mound. Definitely trying to work on the secondaries and bring those into play while it's spring training and work on those. And also remind himself at times that who he is a guy with 2 great fastballs and makes him really unique, and it's been fun to watch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from Legumina. That's a strike over the corner. Going to be challenged on strike 3.
I got strike here. What do you have, Riz?
I get strike.
Gary?
Sure. Yeah. Right on the corner. Oh, just missed a ball. Barely.
0 for 3.
So close.
What's that? 0.2 of an inch.
Wow. What do you think of ABS down here so far?
I think it's fun. I think it's good for the game.
I do too.
I don't think I would rally behind just all robots all the time.
Yeah.
I think it takes something away from the game, but the idea that in important moments of the game you can tap your helmet and challenge, I think is good for baseball. You don't want to have a big moment decided by a bad call. So everybody's playing around with it right now. I think we'll be very I don't know whether we're methodical in season about how we use them and who uses them, but I think it's fun.
The 3-2 is swung out, fouled away.
Yeah, that was my way of saying our pitchers are not allowed to challenge.
That's smart. Cal knows for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the frustration. In big moments, there's nothing that feels worse than a call that was a ball, called a strike with the bases loaded in the 7th inning, and there's just the inning's over, and it could have changed the game. You never know, and now teams have a recourse to.
We had that earlier in the spring. I think it was Jared Sundstrom who made a challenge, ended up drawing a walk to load the bases, and we had a big inning because we had a challenge left, and he was confident enough to use it in that spot and ended up working a walk, and it changed an inning, it changed the game.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung out, popped up. That's a mile high behind home plate. Garver's going to give it a look. That's going to get into the crowd. Out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2-2, Mariners and Angels.
Mitch Garver seeing his first action. Justin, what was it like to get Mitch back in the fold?
Really exciting. I think it says a lot about the culture in our clubhouse, what he thinks of the organization, that he reached a point in his offseason where he picked up the phone and called us and said, I would love to come back. Is there any way we can figure out a way to make it work? And that's exciting for us that we have that kind of culture. And I think that, the competition will be good with Garv and Kisner and Johnny Pareda to try and see who's the best person for that spot. Everybody has different advantages that they bring to the table. I think Garv's got an obvious inherent advantage that he just knows all our pitchers really well. That's an advantage going in. You know, we went out and acquired Kisner because we really believe in the defensive package and what he brings, skills and tools wise. So it'll be a good competition with those two. And Johnny Paredes had a really nice run in AAA the last couple of years, and gives us some flexibility with options too.
Candelario batting against Legumina. Runner on first base after the walk. 2-2 the score, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike. And that's going to be challenged. Oh, what do you got on this one?
I'm sitting this one out.
You're 0 for 1, so you're giving up already. It is a ball. That's close as well.
I will say Candelario is about the most active body language challenger he had a challenge earlier today.
Yeah, already two.
Yeah, he's you know how he feels when it crosses the plate and he thinks it's a ball.
Here comes the 2-0. Inside. As you mentioned, though, his first challenge was bases empty, third inning. That's a very risky proposition in the regular season.
For sure. Be right. Just be right.
You have to be right in that scenario. That's a tough one to burn in the third inning of a game.
Yep.
Without the bases loaded or something. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. 3-1.
You know, I think about it, and this is not to relitigate anything, we won the game anyway, but Game 5 against Detroit, it was in the 11th inning or something like that. JP had a 3-0 count with, I think it was first and second. And, oh boy.
3-1 is tagged high, deep, right field, and this is gone. Flies over the Angels bullpen, a long 2-run home run. And the Angels now lead 4-2.
JP had a 3-0 pitch that, was a pretty clear, obvious ball. It was called a strike. And, if we had lost that game, I think a lot of people would have thought back to that one specific pitch and how much different the game would have been if that would have been a ball 4. We would have bases loaded with nobody out with essentially 3 chances to win the game in the 11th. We played 4 more innings after that. And so those are moments I think the league is rightly saying. We have the technology. We feel confident in the ability to get this right. Let's give some people some freedom to challenge those moments.
Teodosio stands in, shows bunt, and bunts it foul at home plate. 4-2 Angels. Your mechanics back score.
I'm sorry, Gary.
No, you're fine.
What I really like about it too, Justin, is that it's so quick.
Yes.
I'm surprised how quick it is. You look up there and it's only a matter of seconds. You can find out if it is a ball or a strike.
I think it's interesting too that fans seem to be into it when it goes up on the board. It's like something else to pay attention to, which is, it's a nice 12-second distraction from the game and then get right back to it. We're not having 2.5-minute replays or something like that.
Yes, that would be a different scenario. Absolutely. That pitch is swung on, fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. It's funny you detailed the situation with the backup catcher. There aren't many of those types of situations in camp in terms of open jobs right now. It's a very different camp for you guys.
For sure. Way different than it's been in the past, which is great for me, so I can ignore as much of what happens on the field right now as possible. It's fun to watch, but I don't know that it's really predictive of anything. So having a fairly set roster and letting guys go out there and get ready for their season, work on things that can help them in the regular season as opposed to being fixated on, trying to find ways to separate players to make a team or not make a team.
So where are your battles that you're trying to fill before opening day?
I think it's the backup catcher spot. I think it's a couple of spots in the bullpen potentially, and then maybe one position player spot. But I feel like as we get into camp, inevitably somebody will have a small injury, something will happen, and there'll be more. But those are the spots that my eyes naturally go to. But it's I think acquiring Donovan really did change a lot of the tenor on the position player side. And on the pitching side, we were pretty set as it was going into camp.
Yeah.
Donovan, the longest rumored trade, I think, in baseball, certainly. And now that he's here, now that you've seen him on the field, you've seen the fit in the clubhouse, what are your thoughts having Donovan here?
I feel great about the acquisition, and it's easy to say right now, obviously. But he's been a really good player for a long time, and I think the things he brings are just winning attributes. It's a winning makeup, winning culture setter in the clubhouse, tone setter, hitting at the top of our lineup and having real on-base skills changes the dynamic of our lineup in a lot of ways with Cal and Julio and Nails and Randy and Canzone and Rayleigh all hitting behind him, the idea of on base at the top and the bottom of the lineup is really valuable for us. To have that in a player who can play 4 or 5 spots on the field on top of it, so he can cover if we have an injury somewhere, very valuable.
That ball's hit well, center field, and it gets over Thomas, bounces off the wall, and that's going to be a double for Chris Taylor. So the Angels with 2 outs, runner on second base now. Looks like that'll be it. Yeah, it's okay.
You know, it was the first pitch, first out of the inning, and I thought, here I go. I'm rolling. I'm going to be out of here in 5 minutes.
There you go. Well, you still have time. You'll be with us for a little longer, so you have time to speed things up. We have a pitching change here. Dan Wilson will go to the bullpen. 2 outs, 2 in. Back with more right after this on the Mariners Radio Network.
CVS doesn't want you to know about this new hack to get 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7 in less than 2 minutes. When I first heard about it, I thought, it has to be a scam. But after my failures in bed, I kept thinking, I need to fix this. I can't keep living like this and disappointing my wife. That's when I looked into Friday plans. CVS charged over $45 a pill. 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra set me back $406. Walgreens charged me $417 for the same 9 tablets, or $46 per pill. I was sick and tired of those insane prices. So, yeah, I gave Friday plans a shot. They offer the same 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7. The prescription is free and the shipping is free as well. Even the 20 milligram generic Cialis is the same price. I was skeptical, thinking, all right, where's the hidden charge? But there wasn't one. It all took me about 2 minutes. No phone calls, no doctor visits. It was all so easy. I just answered a few medical questions, and within hours, their doctor approved a free prescription, just like they promised. 3 days later, a discreet package landed at my door. 9 individually wrapped 100 milligram tablets of generic Viagra, all for $7. Holding it, I thought, wow, they really delivered on this. It's as simple as they claimed. You can claim this deal by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. That night, I tried one. Within 30 minutes, I knew Friday Plans is the real thing. I feel 20 years younger. My wife won't stop smiling. She called me a whole new man. I've been seeing Friday Plans everywhere. It's going viral on Facebook and has a solid 4.7 stars on Trustpilot with impressive feedback. Don't miss out. Get your free prescription by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. It takes 2 minutes, and it's going to be the best $7 you've ever spent. Try it out yourself while you still can. Scan the QR code or go to realfridayplans.com.
The World Baseball Classic is right around the corner. Wednesday on MLB Network. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic at 2 Eastern. All this and more on MLB Network.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Hey, on April 10th, the Mariners are cementing Ichiro's legacy with a statue outside T-Mobile Park. As part of the celebration, the first 40,000 fans will take home a replica statue thanks to BDA. Don't miss your chance to score this exclusive collectible. Get your tickets at Mariners.com.
We have a bunch of cool dates on the calendar, not to be like a marketing hype man on the air.
Oh,
but,
go ahead.
No, I think that, you know, Kevin Martinez and the group shared the preliminary 50 greatest Mariners list that they're working through right now. And I think that's August 8th, and that's going to be an awesome day. Like, really cool. I hope that we get, you know, all 50 or as close as we can to 50 of them out at the park that night. That'll be really cool.
Oh, what a celebration that's going to be. Get the guys back.
Here comes the 2-0 to J.P. Crawford, his first at bat.
I suspect that the current group will be well represented.
I agree with that.
In addition to sort of the long-standing Mariner greats.
The 3-0, that's inside for a ball. It's funny, I was thinking about that yesterday, so J.P. takes the walk. Because we had Ken Griffey Jr. was in camp, and Mike Cameron was up with us, and Franklin Gutierrez was here. And
Junior made the list. He made the top 50.
Really?
I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but he made the top 50.
That is a shocker. But it's all these guys just floating around camp who are in, Alvin Davis, like all these guys in the top 50 that are here every day.
Yep.
I mean, Junior's out here every day. Edgar, of course.
Dan, obviously.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
The connection is very cool.
For sure. It's one of the best things about working for the Mariners. There's a real healthy appreciation for the great players, and I think those players are really invested in our current players. Not many teams have guys like Cammy and Goody hanging around AA affiliate or the A-ball affiliate, working with the young players and Ichiro every day with the big league team. It's a really cool thing.
And for me, when you talk to like Goody, for example, and Cammy, when they're talking about outfield defense and working with Montes, this isn't just for show. This is actually making a difference for guys as they make their way through the system.
No, they're really invested. They go to the affiliates. They spend a lot of time with them. They put the work in. It's really, really a big benefit.
Honestly, great for the young players in camp. Chance to settle next to them, ask them questions, find out how they prepared, how they did it.
Yep. There's your street cred only goes so far if you're not willing to be in the foxhole with them a little bit and get down. And those guys really do. They care about the young players, and they work with them, and they have the benefit of having been an all-time great and being very knowledgeable and invested in them. And that's a great combination to have.
JP's at first base. Patrick Wisdom, who homered earlier, batting. The pitch swung on and missed. A strikeout. I'll bring up Ryan Bliss. You've got to be excited to see on the field and playing after what was a really tough year last year for Bliss.
Yeah, two different injuries. Obviously, first the biceps tendon issue that cropped up 10 days into our season, and then having a knee issue at the end of the season right when he's getting ready to come back. And he worked really hard to go through a rehab all season and then essentially have to start over and go through a different rehab all off season. That's really mentally tough to get through, and he did a great job with it.
The 0-1 swung on, tagged into the gap, left center field. It's falling, it is down, it's going to the wall. JP to third base. He's going to be held there. Bliss into second, a ringing double. The Mariners have runners on second and third.
The rare combination of two players on base, one of whom married the other player as the officiant in his wedding. JP was the officiant for Bliss's wedding this offseason.
Yeah, you can't say that comes up very often. Yeah.
I asked Ryan, how did JP do? He said he did great. He went online and got whatever certification that he needed, to officiate the wedding. But it was all about love, and it was all about Caitlin and me. He said he did a really good job.
Just knowing JP a little bit, I suspect he was more nervous to do that than he was to get out there in a playoff game and take an at-bat or do anything.
No, Ryan said he really worked at it to find the right words.
Here's Cole Emerson. I bet JP's going to get all kinds of requests now. Here's the pitch. It's swung on a half cut, out of play.
Well, Justin, if you ever renew your vows, you got JP.
I thought you were going to go down a different path. I was going to say, no, I'm good.
No, I know you're good. You're lucky.
We're good at home. But yes, if we do decide to do a vow renewal, we'll keep JP in mind.
There you go.
Here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and fouled away. Yeah, I imagine Mariner fans would love JP to officiate.
Maybe we can set it up as a promotional night.
There we go.
Where's Kevin Martinez and Greg Green, if they're listening?
Yeah.
I married a couple at fantasy camp many years ago.
Here's the 0-2. That's down low and away.
I wasn't certified or anything like that, so I still hope they're married.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Cole Emerson. The 1-2. Down low. What do you like from Colt so far?
Just how he's growing up. He's changed a lot. He's a 17-year-old draft. He's 20 years old. You can see him changing and evolving. He's very comfortable with who he is and what his plan is every day. I think that's what stands out to the players in the clubhouse. It's just how certain of himself he is.
Drives that to center. JP's going to tag. Here comes the throw. It is cut off, and the Mariners get a run. Cole Emerson, sac fly. It's now 4-3 Angels.
He's made all the plays at shortstop and at third base, which is tough to do. They're different positions. It's tough to toggle between both of them, but he's made all the plays so far and made it look pretty easy. He makes it all look very easy for him. I think he's sort of has a pro-ready mindset, a big league-ready mindset every day about how he's going to approach the day. It's very impressive for such a young player.
Great at bat right there. Get the ball in the air, get a run in.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch to Ryland Thomas, who homered already.
Very team-oriented player.
Yeah. Drives that back to the screen. What you're describing, we were talking to Johnny Formello about this, who's, of course, been teammates with him in the minors. He said Colt Emerson has just always been the best player on the field since he was 12.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think that was a good description of it.
So that, as you recall, that draft, we had 3 of the top 30 or so picks, and it was a great high school group that all played together on Team USA for a long time. And, guys that we didn't draft, but we'll also talk to, guys like Bryce Eldridge, and who's the Giants' first baseman designated hitter right now, and some other players. And, Andy McKay goes around, or used to go around for us, now he works for the Guardians, but he interviewed a bunch of those guys and met with them.
Takes off to third. Ball popped up in the air towards the dugout, and it is going to be caught.
All of those guys said they would most like to play with Colt Emerson. Like, that was the guy that stood out for all of them.
That's it for the Mariners in the fourth. They do get one. We head to the fifth. Justin's hanging around for a little bit longer, so we'll come back with more Justin Hollander right after this.
So guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
New Sensodyne Clinical Repair is absolutely amazing. When your teeth are sensitive, they need special care. New Sensodyne Clinical Repair creates a protective shield over those exposed areas that can help you repair sensitive areas of teeth after 60 seconds. I recommend Sensodyne Clinical Repair.
Imagine if Fresh Sheet Day could become Fresh Sheet Week. With Downy April Fresh, you can climb into more freshness, night after night for up to 7 days. Downy breathes life into your laundry.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya even reduced fatigue. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
The Mariners by a score of 4-3. Rick Riz along with Gary Hill Jr. and General Manager Justin Hollander. And on the mound for the Mariners, right-hander Cole Wilcox takes over in relief. We have some other changes. Cole Young is at second, and Brian O'Keefe is the new catcher. So here's Wilcox. Logan O'Hoppe will lead things off for the Angels. The pitch to him is a fastball up high for ball 1. So, Justin, 70-plus players in camp. What can you tell us about Cole Wilcox?
We acquired Cole pretty early in the offseason. I believe it was in November from the Rays. Small deal, and it's an arm that we've always really liked dating back to his draft days. He was teammates with Emerson Hancock in college, and I think we've all been really impressed with what we've seen so far. His aggression in the strike zone has been fun to watch. I know this will shock everybody, but we've added a two-seamer, so it's just it's one of our Mariners seemingly go-tos that we do. But he's got real stuff, and what we've seen, aggression in the strike zone, has been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, appeared in one game with Tampa Bay last year, but 34 games at AAA Durham. He delivers a swing and a miss by O'Hoppe for strike 3. So one away for the Angels here in the top of the 5th inning, visiting with General Manager Justin Hollander.
It is funny this time of year. We always fixate so much on the roster to start the season, but as we all know, you're going to need X number of pitchers, outfielders, infielders. Like, we spent a lot of time talking about the initial 26, but there's a lot of guys we'll see along the way.
Yeah, it's a lot of things happen over a 162-game season, and it's obviously hard to make those decisions at the end of camp. And 5 days after the season started, we'll have made roster moves already almost every year. It's just the way it works.
Here's Christian Moore with a swing and a ground ball to short. Emerson gobbles it up, throws the first in time to get more. So quickly, 2 outs for the Angels here in the top half of the 5th inning. So of the many, many young players in camp, who's some of the guys that have really stood out? We've heard about Ryan Sloan and others, but some of the other guys in your mind that we need to look at.
You took away Ryan Sloan. That's after the other day. That was
talked so much about him already.
No, that was great to see. A player we just sent down to go get started on the minor league side that I think really stood out for a lot of people was Luke Stevenson. His maturity, his feel for making adjustments, both in-game defensively and in the batter's box. The way he sees pitches on both sides of the ball is really impressive. He definitely stood out to the group. Michael Royo, who just left to go play for Team Columbia, just the at-bat quality is unique. It's different. He's a special bat, and you take notice when the veteran players come up to you and ask you questions about the young players, and that's the guy that people who haven't been in the organization or haven't seen him before ask about over and over again, whether it's the new coaches on our staff or guys like Josh Naylor. That's our guy. That's the guy that I so that's impressive that he stands out that way.
He's going to be a good one. Siri with a ground ball up the middle. Emerson to his left. He's got it to throw to first, and it's in time to get Siri. So quickly, 1, 2, 3 go the Angels here in the top of the 5th. Visiting with Justin Hollander. We'll be back with Justin. Halfway point, bottom of the 5th inning. It's the Angels 4 and the Mariners 3.
Opening day, just like we used to. I love being out here with Sam again, especially at the big game. It's why I wanted more for my symptomatic obstructive HCM. So I asked my cardiologist about Camzyos. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved, and I can be more active. It's a difference I can feel, and he can see.
Camzyos is proven to reduce obstruction in the heart 4 times more. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby. Camzyos, first in its class to treat symptomatic OHCM.
It's great to be back.
Ask your cardiologist about Camzyos.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Look at this. Look at how much junk mail I get. I mean, credit card offer. And honestly, I don't even know which one of these cards is right for me. It is way easier to use Experian. They show me credit cards matched to my FICO score right in the app. They've got cards like balance transfer, travel miles, and cash back. I love how simple it is for me to pick the card that I want. And let's be so for real, who reads their mail anyway? So get the app from your big financial friend. Experian.
The 3rd annual Spring Breakout is here. Which of the top 100 prospects will take the field this year? Find out in the Spring Breakout Series Roster Reveal Show.
Is he a primetime guy or what?
Thursday at 12 Eastern on MLB Network.
The 5th inning on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Peoria. It's the Angels 4, the Mariners 3. Ryan Zefferjohn will take over in relief for the Angels. And Brendan Donovan will lead things off. Here's the pitch way outside for ball 1. Visiting with Mariners General Manager Justin Hollander. And Justin, everybody seemed to really want this guy over the last couple of years. How were you able to pulled off that 3-team trade involving the Cardinals and also Tampa Bay to make it happen.
A lot of patience. I think it took a while to figure out the right combination of players. Obviously, we had to add a team to the mix to make it happen. I give Jerry a ton of credit. He really, really hung in there. He just kept pushing and trying to find different ways to make it work. Stayed in communication with both the Cardinals and the Rays all winter long, just trying to find a way to get everybody excited about a deal that made sense for everybody. So it was really exciting when it got done. Really happy.
Ty Pete, I think, goes to St. Louis. Ben Williamson ends up in Tampa Bay. You guys get Donovan. I think another player goes to St. Louis.
Jorangelo
Sanchez. How do you bring in the third team to make it happen?
So I think that one was interesting in that Tampa had asked us about Ben Williamson a lot in the past, a player they really coveted. When we were working through the pieces that we would need to give up to acquire Donnie, that was a piece that St. Louis maybe had less of a need for, just given some of their other young infielders that were coming up. And Tampa's also pretty rich in prospects, so essentially Jerry floated it to the Cardinals, like, if you want to talk to the Rays about Ben Williamson to see if you can turn Ben into something that fits you better, equal value, but maybe fits what you're looking for more, that's something that we're open to. So you never want to shop on other teams' players, but Jerry basically gave Chaim and Eric permission to talk about Ben Williamson, and it took a little while, but we made it work.
That's amazing. Donovan draws a walk, so he's on at first base. And that'll bring up Rob Refsnyder. And Refsnyder takes a look at ball one. Refsnyder, one of the new acquisitions during the offseason. A huge piece. Justin swinging a pop-up on the third base side. Foul territory near the dugout. Over as Christian Moore leans to his left now as he got to the warning track, back onto the grass, and he makes the catch. And there's one on and one away now for the Mariners here in the bottom of the fifth. 4-3 Angels. But Rob Refsnyder is going to be huge because here's a guy that hits very well against lefties.
Something that was important to us, losing Jorge Polanco in the offseason to the Mets. Polo was a switch hitter and provided us with real balance in the lineup. And we have guys like Luke Raley, who's up now, Dom Canzone is with Team Italy, that really have made their living crushing right-handed pitching.
Runner goes, pitch on the way, a ball. The throw down to second by Logan O'Hoppe, not in time. Brendan Donovan with a stolen base. He had 3 steals last year with the St. Louis Cardinals, so he got a good jump. Runner on at second now for the Mariners with 1 out.
So I would anticipate Ref really being a nice counterbalance to the Raley Canzone group of players and giving us balance against left-handed pitching in the season. He's obviously been great at it in his career. I think he knows exactly who he is. And if you haven't got a chance to talk to him yet, he's a great person too.
Oh, yeah.
Like real leadership skills, real leadership qualities. I think he's going to fit in great.
Next pitch, low and inside, and the dirt gets on by the catcher O'Hoppe, and over to third goes Brendan Donovan. So now Donovan, the tying run 90 feet away. That'll bring the Angels infield up close. The pitch to Raley, swinging a foul out of play down the left field side. And the count is now 1-2 on Luke, trying to get the ball in the air and tie this game up. Yeah, Brendan Donovan, came up to us the other day and just started talking, and wanted to find out more about the organization. He's thrilled to be here. Mariners thrilled to have him. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled out of play down the left field side off the netting, and the count is still 1-2 on Luke. But it's a great group of guys that are ready to go. And, if they started the season tomorrow, they'd be okay with that. They're not ready yet, but, mentally, this team is fired up.
I think that's right. I think they're all excited, and I think they know how talented they are, and that we have big things in front of us this year.
No doubt about it. Pitch outside of Raley for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Mitch Garver due up next. Oh, no, that's Brian O'Keefe, the new catcher. The look in by Zephyr-John. Right-hander fires away. Swing and a miss by Luke for strike 3. And the Mariners have 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I saw Andres Munoz still at the ballpark today. Team Mexico, which he's going to pitch on, is leading the Diamondbacks here in the Phoenix area 4-3. And he'll be joining Team Mexico real soon.
I think he's going to work out with us in the mornings and then go join them in the afternoons. It's, I think, as Mooney said, this is just much closer to my house.
I mean, these are closer. They don't need them till the 9th. It's fine.
1 on, tied run at third, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Here's Brian O'Keefe, and that pitch is way outside for ball 1. Mariners and the Angels. We're going to be under the lights in Scottsdale tomorrow night for a game against the San Francisco Giants. Outfield for the Angels straight away. Zephyr John ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch up and in for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. It's spring training, but you guys put in a lot of hours. What time of day does your day start, Justin?
I usually get in here about 7 on spring training mornings, and then here all day, take off, depending on night game, day game, all that stuff, 5, 5:30, sometimes a little later. But it's a different pace. It's a really enjoyable pace. You know, the weather's great. Lots of time to visit with people and chat and get to know people. Not as much day-to-day transactional type things happening, so we can have bigger picture conversations, take on bigger projects, meet as a group more, and just talk about ideas. It's really fun. It's a great time of year to get to know people and just spend time talking about baseball. You know, there's less pressure about who's pitching tomorrow, you know, winning and losing series. It's more let's just identify the best things we're watching and talk about them.
Exactly. Get a chance to know them a little bit better. You talk to them during the course of the off season. Relaxed atmosphere down here. So now the Mariners have runners at first and third with 1 out. And Jackson Reitz is the hitter, replacing J.P. Crawford as the DH. J.P. playing in his first springtime game this afternoon. The stretch by Zephyr John. Breaking ball is high and inside for ball 1.
The evenings are less exciting. I will warn everyone. It's a lot of Bond movies on Netflix, like, you know, trying to find something to fill the night before I, pass out on the couch about 9 o'clock.
Here's the pitch, way up and in. It hits Reitz in the back of the bat. Ball ricochets way up in the air behind home plate. So Reitz hit by a pitch. He's all right. And now the Mariners have the bases loaded with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. I don't know about you, Justin, but man, when I get back to the house at night, I'm beat. I'm tired.
Well, we put you to work last night. Riz made a big steak dinner for everybody last night.
Oh, that was fun. We had about 30 people at my house. And it was so much fun to entertain everybody, and love it because we all get a chance to know each other even a little bit more. Here is Patrick Wisdom, and Wisdom takes a look at ball 1.
I ate more than 1/30 of the food. I will let everyone know. I will confess. I ate a lot last night. It was great. We had a blast.
My buddy Ken Hughes and his wife Marissa, the owners of Jack's Grill in Issaquah, West Seattle, made the steaks, brought the tenderloins down with them. Here's the pitch low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. I was up a little bit late to clean it up, but man, it was fun.
It was great.
Thanks for coming by, buddy. Runners at every base. Donovan the tying run at third. O'Keefe the go-ahead run at second. Reitz at first. Turnaround and the throw back to second, and back in time is O'Keefe. Patrick Wisdom, man, he had some big years with the Chicago Cubs, Justin.
He's a great dude, too. He really fits in well culturally. You know, he was a Mariner. Unfortunately, it was during the COVID year. So he spent a lot of time at the alternate site that year, and then got added, I believe, to the Cubs roster that year as we went on during the season. But really fits in well, really smart, really good person, very philanthropic. And he and his wife live in the Seattle area in the offseason. So when he was coming back from Korea this year, he reached out and expressed that if he's going to come back and play in the States, he'd like it to be for the Mariners if possible. And that's an easy yes. I think Wiz is going to do big things in his life beyond baseball.
Yeah, I think so too. Check swing fouls it away. Home run back in the second inning for Patrick. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball for a strike. And the count is even on Patrick at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But he put together some good years as a Chicago Cub. Had some home runs at Wrigley.
Really nice fit on our club as a third base, first base, lefty masher type. I definitely think you could see him in Seattle at some point this year.
No doubt. Next pitch to him is outside, way outside for ball 3. So full count on Wisdom with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Down by a run, 4-3 to the Angels. Bat pitch right here. And the Mariners tie the game, but Wisdom would like to have Grandma make a salami sandwich. Here's the 3-2 on the way, swinging a foul out of play on the first base side. And the count is still full on Patrick at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody was off to the races.
Yeah, I imagine when you're building out roster depth, he's the kind of pro that you love to have.
We have a couple of those guys at AAA. Him, Connor Joe, guys that have a lot of experience, really good makeup guys who can play a couple different spots.
Runners get their leads. They go swinging a line drive into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Donovan scores. Running third, heading home O'Keefe. The throw to the plate is cut off. A 2-out, 2-run single for Patrick Wisdom, and the Mariners take the lead 5-4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And what an at-bat for Wisdom. Homered in the 2nd, drives in 2 with a single here in the 5th. Nice to have that veteran guy coming off the bench.
Absolutely. They know what to do to get ready. They help the other players because they've experienced things before. They know the league. It's really invaluable to have those type of guys, especially if they're able and willing to go to AAA for a little bit and let the season sort itself out.
No doubt about it. Nice to have those guys down there if you need them. Here is Cole Young, the new second baseman, and Cole takes a pitch outside for ball 1. 1st and 2nd now. Good at bats here in the 5th. Donovan got things going with a leadoff walk. Later on, O'Keefe walked with 2 outs. Here's a swing and a chopper past the mound, cutting across the third baseman Moore. He's got it. Throws the first in time to get Cole Young, and that will end the inning. But the Mariners get 2 to take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Justin Hollander, Mariners GM, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Riz.
As always.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
You are watching the Mariners Spring Training live stream, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
CVS doesn't want you to know about this new hack to get 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7 in less than 2 minutes. When I first heard about it, I thought, it has to be a scam. But after my failures in bed, I kept thinking, I need to fix this. I can't keep living like this and disappointing my wife. That's when I looked into Friday plans. CVS charged over $45 a pill. 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra set me back $406. Walgreens charged me $417 for the same 9 tablets, or $46 per pill. I was sick and tired of those insane prices. So, yeah, I gave Friday plans a shot. They offer the same 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7. The prescription is free and the shipping is free as well. Even the 20 milligram generic Cialis is the same price. I was skeptical, thinking, all right, where's the hidden charge? But there wasn't one. It all took me about 2 minutes. No phone calls, no doctor visits. It was all so easy. I just answered a few medical questions, and within hours, their doctor approved a free prescription, just like they promised. 3 days later, a discreet package landed at my door. 9 individually wrapped 100 milligram tablets of generic Viagra, all for $7. Holding it, I thought, wow, they really delivered on this. It's as simple as they claimed. You can claim this deal by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. That night, I tried one. Within 30 minutes, I knew Friday Plans is the real thing. I feel 20 years younger. My wife won't stop smiling. She called me a whole new man. I've been seeing Friday Plans everywhere. It's going viral on Facebook and has a solid 4.7 stars on Trustpilot with impressive feedback. Don't miss out. Get your free prescription by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. It takes 2 minutes, and it's going to be the best $7 you've ever spent. Try it out yourself while you still can. Scan the QR code or go to realfridayplans.com.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures.
Sixth, Mariners and the Angels. M's on top. It's 5-4. Your Mechanics Bank score. Robinson Ortiz takes over on the hill. Here comes his first pitch to Omar Martinez. The lefty yields, and he sends it upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Some defensive changes for the Mariners. Wilson takes over at third for Donovan. Taylor at first now for Wisdom. Davis in right. Packard in left. Pitch is a strike. O'Keefe already doing the catching for the Mariners. So they've just about changed everything over at this point. Cole Young in there at second base. Here comes the pitch outside. Riley Thomas, the only holdover. He's in center field. He'll take his, most likely his final plate appearance, along with Cole Emerson, the final plate appearances of their day coming up next inning. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, popped up. That's out of play. Ortiz, an interesting lefty. The Mariners acquired him from the Dodgers this past offseason.
That was fun having Justin in here.
Oh, it's great. He's
always entertaining, informative. You know, of course, he and Jerry know everybody that they brought into the fold, and we're talking a lot of guys, 77 guys in camp.
The 2-2 is high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And as we talked about, they're planning. You know, you plan for more than 26, certainly. You're going to need a lot of different guys for the course of the season. It's nice to get that insight. The 3-2 is inside, ball 4, leadoff walk. Saucedo's warming up for the Angels in their bullpen. How about that?
Yeah, it's good to see Taylor try to hook on with the Angels.
Feels like he has a decent chance to find a spot in the Angels bullpen. Here's Paris, runner at first base. No outs. Mariners up by 1. Here's the offering. Swung on, smoked on one, hop, snared. Wilson fires to second for 1. Relay to first, in time, double play. A scorcher, gloved by Wilson. He turns 2. That was a thing of beauty.
That was a short hop right to his left, a half step to his left. He was able to glove it. A nice throw down to Cole Young, the pivot man, around the horn. What a play by Will Wilson to start the double play. That ball was scorched.
Yeah, well, it is the hot corner after all. It was 106 off the bat to Wilson. He was a defensive player of the year in the ACC when he was in college. Showing off those skills right there. Here's the pitch to Candelario. That's taken high. 1 ball, no strikes. Ortiz from the stretch with the bases empty. Lefty is set. He deals. Swung on, lifted well. Center field, Thomas on his horse, racing back. He's at the track. He's over his head. It bangs off the wall. He's got to pick it up. Candelario into second. In there with a double. So a 2-out double there. Hey, spring training in full swing. Opening day will be here soon, so don't miss the festivities at T-Mobile Park on March 26th as the Mariners kick off the season against the Guardians. The banner will be unveiled as well. 2025 AL West champs. You can get your tickets at mariners.com. Here's Teodosio. Ortiz, the lefty, sends it in. Swung on and missed. He's got the brightest shoes in the ballpark. He's trying to land on a color, almost salmon color. That's what I'd call him. Shannon said bright salmon. I think that's right. Here's the pitch that swung on and missed. 0-2. Bright salmon's right.
Oh, she's right on.
He's got the blue glove. No balls, 2 strikes. He's ready. He delivers. Breaking ball left upstairs. Ortiz is interesting. After they signed with the Dodgers when he was 17, but along the way, injuries, it's kind of slowed his progress. He's missed 3 full seasons, including Tommy John surgery along the way. Made it to AAA last year. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch. Gets the punch out, and that is it for the Angels in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning. Mariners and Angels. It's 5-4 Mariners. Your Mechanics Bank score on the Mariners Radio Network.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Then I realized the more you bundle, the more you save on insurance with Liberty Bibberty.
It's like you're talking my love language.
Well, I've been taking word classes online.
Wow.
Only pay for what you need.
When we needed our picture window installed, we used Angie and found a contractor who was so invested in the whole project, he looked after it like it was his own.
So when we needed someone to look after our own, all 8 of them, in case something happened to us, we knew who we could trust.
Sign here and here.
What is this?
It's a will.
Yeah.
You smell like celery.
Connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust.
When you're connected with Spectrum, you get 5G and fiber-powered internet combined for the fastest wireless speeds. So you can sweat for the right reasons. It's only the seamless connection you love at home, everywhere you go. It's only everything.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Seventh inning, Gary Hill, Rick Reyes, Shannon Dreyer all here. Domingo Gonzalez, the new pitcher for the Mariners. New center fielder as well, Johnny Farmello takes over at center field. I think Cole Emerson is still playing. He's the shortstop. Yeah, he's the last remaining starter. Last man standing. That brings up Chris Taylor to start the inning.
It was odd. I don't think we saw Colt Emerson in the game on Sunday, and I think he left in the 4th inning, and that was a first.
Yeah, I keep saying that I think he may lead the Cactus League at bats when it's all said and done.
That's one thing. The other thing is it seems like Brock Rodden is always up in the ninth.
That pitch is swung on a fly ball right field. Davis, little backpedal on the track, makes the catch. One pitch, one away. Hey, from alumni get-togethers to heritage celebrations to theme nights like Bark in the Park, Hello Kitty, DC Comics, and more, the Mariners have a ticket special for every fan. Get your tickets. Check out this year's lineup at mariners.com/specials. Stay tuned for more.
Has Satchel been to a game yet?
No, we keep talking about this. Satchel will make an appearance at Bark in the Park. It's a little past Satchel's bedtime, but it's fine. I think Satchel should come in the booth and hang out with us for an inning or two.
That'd be fine with me.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes. I saw Satchel yesterday, the 1-0.
Yeah,
That's a strike over the corner.
Quick visit home, didn't
Quick visit home. She was very excited to see me, probably more excited than everyone else. But everyone else is like, great. But she was actually very excited, yeah. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on a miss, and then I just disappear for a month, and we'll see her again. I just feel bad because you can at least explain what's going on to the children. With the dog, it's like, you try and explain it, but you just don't know if that's...
Now, you don't FaceTime with the dog?
She does not respond to FaceTime or phone. Nothing. There's nothing there, so it doesn't work.
Poor Sparky, my cat. He misses his papa. I've got some great people taking care of him. My neighbors back home.
Here's the 1-2, half cut. Yeah, he went. Strike 3, quickly 2 away.
Sure miss him.
You could bring him down. Munoz takes that cat everywhere.
Yeah, but I go back with the team, so I wouldn't be able to bring Sparky back.
Not to say that Matilda has not been on the team plane before.
Tucker comes back home. Oh,
Here's Logan O'Hoppe, the pitch. That's a strike at the knees.
I'm talking about Tucker Ashford. He's a minor league player.
Yes, just in case.
Actually, Tucker Ashford was a minor league player for us back at Amarillo. Helped us win a Texas League title.
Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hot shot foul, third base side. And he's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Trying to make quick work of the Angels here in the 7th. It's 6-4 Mariners. Highlights today for the Mariners offensively, a couple home runs. Ryland Thomas, Patrick Wisdom both going deep. Wisdom a 2 RBI single as well. It's been a nice day for the veteran.
Ryan Bliss and Mitch Garber having hits.
Yeah. Got to see J.P. Crawford for the first time this spring.
Fantastic sight.
And Woo looked great. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gonzalez set. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball off the plate. 2-2.
I've enjoyed seeing Ryan Bliss get a little bit of work the last couple of days, too.
Yeah, we were talking about it with Justin Hollander, just how much work he put in last year. 2 different rehabs. That pitch is swung out and missed. That's it for the Angels in the top of the 7th. 1-2-3 inning. Nice job by Gonzalez. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-4 Mariners on the Mariners Radio Network.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
It's time to rethink what a complete multivitamin can do, like support you as you navigate a new country. Taking Centrum Silver daily is clinically proven to help slow cognitive aging in older adults. You did it.
Eye bags, dark spots, wrinkles.
There's one product can fight them all.
Only one.
Particle Face Cream.
Particle Face Cream.
Engineered for men, made for our skin.
And backed by science, and it actually works. My eye bags before, this was me, and this is me today.
Dark spots used to be brutal. Now, they're barely there.
My wrinkles were deep. Look at the difference.
I honestly didn't think a cream could do this, and it literally takes 2 minutes a day.
1 minute in the morning.
And 1 minute at night. Super easy.
Super effective.
And compared to everything else I considered, it's actually inexpensive.
It's everything I need in one bottle.
If you've had enough of those
eye bags, dark spots,
wrinkles, there's only one product you need.
Visit ParticleMen.com and use the promo code on your screen to get 25% off, free shipping, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. ParticleMen.com.
Your dog is bored, trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce, pet-friendly, weed deadly.
The World Baseball Classic. It's about pride, passion, country.
Small country, big dreams.
For some, it's about redemption.
See the emotions right there.
For all of us, it's a chance to be remembered long after the final out.
The best against the best.
Because this is more than a tournament.
Trout strikes out swinging.
This is the World Baseball Classic.
We hope you're enjoying this spring training game. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Mariners lead the Angels 6-4. Here's the pitch, swinging a pop-up out of play, and the third base side of the count is 0-1. Angels had the lead 4-2. Mariners coming back with a run in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th, and a run in the 6th. And now lead at 6-4. The stretch by new pitcher Sean Anderson delivers high and outside for ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Anderson pitched in 7 games out of the bullpen for the Angels last year, 1-0 with a 10.32 ERA. The stretch and the 1-1, swinging a foul off the netting above the Mariners' third base dugout, and the count is 1-2 on Farmello. Talented kid, left-handed hitter. Here's one of the youngsters that the Mariners had visited up in Seattle during Fan Fest. Great to visit with Johnny and a few of the other kids. Anderson, Sean Anderson, ready from the belt. And the 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called in the outside corner, and there's one out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Third baseman, number 7.
On the pitching side, Bryan Woo got the start this afternoon and pitched well. Bryan went 2 2/3 innings, walked 1, struck out 4, gave up only 2 base hits. Good to see Bryan out there for the second time this spring, Shannon.
Gary noticed something interesting as he was leaving. He had a long conversation with the home plate umpire as the ball pops out of the catcher's glove right there. That is a ball. And you could see there was some gesturing and whatnot. I did talk to him about that, and it turned out that they were talking about the ABS and the strike zones. It is something Bryan said they're all still very getting used to, not just the hitters, but the pitchers as well.
Here's the next offer, a strike on Will Wilson, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And today in specific, Bryan was noticing just differences in strike zones between the taller batters and the batters who were more my size.
Swinging a foul back, and the count 1-2 on Wilson.
Plus a foot. And he said, you know, they're talking about it, and they're getting used to it. And he's also seeing, you know, they have to get used to, umpires had their own strike zones. That's no longer the case. Taller and shorter strike zones appear to be a little bit different. They're seeing things different at the top of the zone.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss by Wilson. And the Mariners have 2 down. That's strike 3 on the 1-2 pitch.
With Brennan Davis stepping up to the plate. But one of the interesting things I read about a week ago is that they laser measured every player to find their strike zone. But what they're not giving them is any kind of a deep crouch or exaggerated
like
crouch, even if it was what they were doing.
Davis with a swing and a line drive into left center field for a base hit, a rocket off the bat of Davis, having a great spring. It was with the Yankees organization last year. So Brennan gets aboard. That'll bring up Packard, Spencer Packard.
And they've discovered Aaron Judge, for example, no crouch, all of a sudden has an even smaller strike zone than he had before, which he does not need.
Right.
Jose Altuve has a larger strike zone than he has had in the past. And these are adjustments, if you've been pitching to these guys, that your eyes are going to have to make.
Next offer, the first one to Packard, a swing and a fly ball straightaway center field. Backing up is Rodriguez. He's there to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Well, the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th, no runs, a hit, and 1 man left on. We head to the top of the 9th. Last try for the Angels. Our Mechanics Bank scores, the Mariners 6 and the Angels 4.
You are watching the Mariners Spring Training live stream, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Everyone has free offers on the latest phones, but T-Mobile gives a lot more. T-Mobile family saved over $3,700 compared to the other big guys in the past 5 years. Our experience plans include amazing benefits like Netflix, free Dash Pass by DoorDash, and a bunch more. Oh yeah, and a 5-year price guarantee. So you keep saving. Save on a big scale. Switch to T-Mobile and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
Did you know the human body has over 500 muscles? You could spend hours at the gym and still not work them all out. Now imagine engaging them all in just minutes, simply by using this revolutionary platform. Introducing Vibratone from Nautilus, the most trusted name in fitness for over 50 years. Step on Vibratone, turn it on, and let its Ultra Pulse technology deliver over 10,000 stimulating body toning vibrations, toning muscles that other exercises miss in just minutes. Feel the stimulation in your legs and glutes. Tighten your core and feel it working in your back, shoulders, and arms.
Vibratone fits right into my schedule. It's the easiest way to do something for my entire body. I'm getting stronger and I'm already seeing results.
This product, it works. Not only does it tighten my core, my glutes and thighs, but the vibration feels like a head-to-toe workout.
Whether you're just getting started or staying in shape, Vibratone is precision engineered with a smart dashboard and remote, letting you choose the perfect mode to reach your goals.
Vibration technology activates muscles throughout your entire body, even ones that traditional exercises often miss. It's an effective way to build strength, improve your circulation, and enhance your overall fitness in just minutes a day.
Join the thousands already experiencing the life-changing benefits of Vibratone. Call or go online to celebrate 50 years of fitness innovation, and you'll receive Vibratone direct from Nautilus with our full-body toning bands for the low price of only $199. And because we believe in every product we ship, we'll give you our 5-year platinum warranty, a $50 value, absolutely free. That's right, you get the Nautilus Vibratone, the toning bands, our 5-year platinum warranty, and free shipping, a $250 value, all for just $199. Plus, we'll ship it to you absolutely free. Call or go to Vibratone.com and order now.
The World Baseball Classic is right around the corner. Wednesday on MLB Network, it's the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic at 2 Eastern. All this and more on MLB Network.
To begin the inning, center fielder, number 79, Robbie Rodriguez.
Well, here we go to the top of the 9th inning. Mariners lead the Angels by a score of 6-4. Last try for the Angels. And Michael Morales is still out there. Here's the pitch on the way. A swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. This is Rodriguez, the new center fielder for the Angels. Managed by Kurt Suzuki, as we talked about earlier. Next offer, swinging a line drive into the gap in right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Farmelo. The throw in to second, not in time. And at second goes Rodriguez with a leadoff double. Say, friends, it's the global tournament that turns every inning into a moment you can't miss. Predict the winners of the 2026 World Baseball Classic Bracket Challenge, presented by Verilux Progressive Lenses. Compete and you could win. Teams are getting ready. They're having exhibition games today. Great Britain taking on the Milwaukee Brewers, leading by a score of 7-3. Harry Ford with 3 hits in that game for Great Britain. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's going to be down low. Ball 1 to new left fielder Riles.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about Team USA today. The Dominican Republic playing an exhibition against Detroit later. That lineup for the Dominican Republic is stacked.
Loaded. The stretch by Morales, and the right-hander's pitch swung on, fouled out of play down the left field side, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Julio is playing center field and batting 7th. Tatis, Ketel Marte, Soto, Vlad Guerrero, Machado, Caminero, Julio. That's a loaded lineup.
It's an unbelievable lineup. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Riles, low and outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
What's this last time Julio batted 7th?
Now you know that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yes,
oh, good. I love when I can ask a question and not have to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this.
Puerto Rico's going to be taking on the Boston Red Sox later on. The 2-1 pitch is low. Ball 3, 3-1. Michael Morales looking for the final 3 outs here in the 9th. What'd you find out, Jim?
Well, in 2024.
The stretch. And the 3-1 pitch. Here she comes. Check swing. It's outside. Did he go on the appeal? He did not to the third base umpire. Ball 4. So right away, the Angels have the tying runs aboard here in the top half of the 9th inning.
The Tigers are starting someone named Ty Madden today against that Dominican Republic lineup. Can you imagine?
Yeah, good luck.
You see the schedule? So, what? Who might be? You want me to what?
No, thank you.
Yeah. Ty Madden. Last year with Detroit, no record is 6.75 ERA, appeared in just 2 games. That's it for Morales. We got a pitching change for the Mariners here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 on, nobody out. Mariners lead 6-4. Don't you go away. We'll be back after this timeout.
CVS doesn't want you to know about this new hack to get 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7 in less than 2 minutes. When I first heard about it, I thought, it has to be a scam. But after my failures in bed, I kept thinking, I need to fix this. I can't keep living like this and disappointing my wife. That's when I looked into Friday plans. CVS charged over $45 a pill. 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra set me back $406. Walgreens charged me $417 for the same 9 tablets, or $46 per pill. I was sick and tired of those insane prices. So, yeah, I gave Friday plans a shot. They offer the same 9 tablets of 100 milligram generic Viagra for $7. The prescription is free and the shipping is free as well. Even the 20 milligram generic Cialis is the same price. I was skeptical, thinking, all right, where's the hidden charge? But there wasn't one. It all took me about 2 minutes. No phone calls, no doctor visits. It was all so easy. I just answered a few medical questions, and within hours, their doctor approved a free prescription, just like they promised. 3 days later, a discreet package landed at my door. 9 individually wrapped 100 milligram tablets of generic Viagra, all for $7. Holding it, I thought, wow, they really delivered on this. It's as simple as they claimed. You can claim this deal by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. That night, I tried one. Within 30 minutes, I knew Friday Plans is the real thing. I feel 20 years younger. My wife won't stop smiling. She called me a whole new man. I've been seeing Friday Plans everywhere. It's going viral on Facebook and has a solid 4.7 stars on Trustpilot with impressive feedback. Don't miss out. Get your free prescription by scanning the QR code or going to realfridayplans.com. It takes 2 minutes, and it's going to be the best $7 you've ever spent. Try it out yourself while you still can. Scan the QR code or go to realfridayplans.com.
Join the conversation. Follow MLB Network on social media and let us know what's on your mind.
Mariners will be left-hander Reed Easterly. Tying runs are aboard for the Angels. Mariners lead 6-4, first and second for the Angels. Top of the 9th inning, nobody out. Here's Sanchez swinging, and he bounces one foul on the third base side, 0-1. So Easterly looking for the final 3 outs in this ball game. On deck is Rivero. But the Angels have Rodriguez on at second, Riles on at first base. The stretch and the pitch. It's inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners 6 runs today on 9 hits, no errors. Angels 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Bryan Woo started, looked really good. Here's the stretch. And the 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball stays outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
Grizzy, a good sight today. We know Cooper Criswell is starting tomorrow. It would have been Bryan Woo's. Is it tomorrow? Yes. Start. It would have been Bryce Miller's start.
Here's a swing and a fly ball. Straightaway center field, well hit. Farmella going back to the 1 track. This one is off the base of the fence. Here comes Rodriguez rounding third. He'll score. Right behind him is Riles trying to score. The relay to the plate, not in time, and the Angels have tied the game at 6-6. Here in the top half of the 9th inning on a double by Sanchez right off the base of the wall in straightaway center field. So very quickly, the Angels with 2 runs in, and now they've got the go-ahead run on at second base. And this is
number 38, Sebastian Rivero.
And this is Rivero. the new catcher. Stretch on the pitch from Easterly. A bunt on the first base side. It's going to be picked up by Taylor. Underhand flip to the second baseman, Cole Young, and it's in time. Holy smokes, what a play. But the sacrifice bunt will get Sanchez to third. And there's one out for the Angels here in the top half of the ninth inning.
That was an excellent play by Cole Young.
Barehanded there.
Yeah, had to kind of reach behind him with the bare hand to make the catch in stride and step on the bag. That was not easy.
Great job by Cole to get there and to get the ball. And now the go-ahead runner's on at third base, and here's Donnie Walton. The pitch on the way, and it's outside for a ball. And we got a challenge from Brian O'Keefe right here. He thinks it's a strike. Well, let's see. Looking up on the scoreboard. And it is a strike. So
2 for 2.
Brian O'Keefe is 2 for 2. You're right.
Cal will hear about that.
The other one, too, got the Mariners and Morales out of a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, second and third. It was, instead of being ball 4, it was strike 3, or ball 3, it was strike 3. Here's the stretch, and now the 0-1 pitch to Walton. Swung on, ground ball through the right side for a base hit. Here comes Sanchez on to score, and the Angels now have the lead 7-6. What a quick turnaround for the Angels. Donovan Walton, the former Mariner, with a base hit and a run batted in. Still only one out, and that was on the sacrifice bunt by Rivero. Here is Meckler, a new right fielder. Left-handed hitter. Easterly ready, fires away. The lefty, it's low and outside for ball 1. Remember, opening day, not that far away anymore. March the 26th against Cleveland. Game 1 of a 4-game series with the Guardians, and the Yankees come to town for 3 more. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a high fly ball into center field. Farmelo going back, battling the sun. He's there. He gets an angle on it, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Not an easy play. That ball was way up there. And Johnny Farmelo doing a great job shading his eyes with his glove, trying to get an angle, looking at it. Makes the catch.
That's one of those days there's no clouds in the sky. Well, we had Ryan Healy on. I thought he described that really well to us. When there's no clouds, there's that high sky that we talk about all the time. Just visually, there's no depth perception on where the ball is, and it can get lost so easily when you add the sun to the mix as well.
Yeah, those clouds help you get a background so you get a better view of the ball.
Yeah.
Going up and coming down here is Martinez, the DH. The pitch to him, a strike, and the count is 0-1. No clouds high above. Hardly a breeze, though, which helps out on a day like this. The stretch by Easterly. Here's the pitch. Curveball for a strike, and the count is now 0-2. Well, the Angels have scored 3 to take a lead, 7-6 here in the top of the 9th inning. Easterly looks in, has a sign from O'Keefe. The pitch. Another curve low and inside. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Late in games, you see a lot of kids from the minor league camp. What a great experience to at least get in a ball game here during the spring. Show what they can do. The stretch and the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. However, the Angels get 3 to take the lead. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Now the last drive for the Mariners. Our score, it's the Angels 7 and the Mariners 6.
You are watching the Mariners Spring Training live stream, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
So guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps. So hot. Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
New Old Spice Cosmic Quest 24/7 freshness makes me want to be Mario. He has the confidence to fly through the galaxy wearing nothing but this. Thanks, Old Spice. Now I smell super.
Join the conversation. Follow MLB Network on social media and let us know what's on your mind.
What's up?
We got an APB on a group of handmaidens consorting with a pack of elementary school teachers, a trio of podcast detectives, and a gaggle of alien predators. That doesn't sound right.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about all the great shows and hit movies on Hulu, which are also included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV.
You know, I don't watch cop shows, but if I did, I would watch this guy.
Stream The Rookie on Hulu, included at no extra cost with Spectrum TV.
Seriously, the more I look at him, the more I can't look away.
Tajin chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tajin it?
Bottom of the ninth inning.
Mariners Cactus League Baseball
on Seattle Sports.
Swinging a pop-up into shallow right center field over is Rodriguez. He's there to make the catch, and there's one pitch and one away. Angels lead by a score of 7-6. They pick up 3 runs in the top half of the ninth inning. Sean Anderson back out there at a scoreless 8th. He's got a quick out here in the 9th, and that'll bring up Jackson Reitz. So here is Reitz, who is 1 for 1 with a double. The pitch on the way to Reitz. It's a strike 0-1. Remember, we're going to be in Scottsdale tomorrow night to take on the Giants. Second look at the Giants this year. Anderson from the belt, and the right-hander's 0-1 pitch swung on, fouled out of play on the first base side, and the count is 0-2. Shannon. Gary, everybody gets a chance to sleep in tomorrow.
Looking forward to that.
Taylor's due up next for the Mariners. Here's the stretch by Anderson. And the 0-2 on the way to Reitz. Here she comes. Swinging a pop-up down the right field line, slicing. Foul territory, still slicing into the crowd and out of play, and the count is still 0-2.
I noticed Tucker had a little extra pep in his step today. I think he really appreciated what you did last night in the party.
Tucker had a fun time with all those steaks and everything. He had quite a meal himself. Oh, man, it's great to see Tucker. Jack Mossman brought him over to the party at my house last night. Had a great time. So he's the life of the party, Tucker. The 0-2, swinging a ground ball to off at a third. Up with the ball is Walton. Long toss across, and it's in time to get Reitz for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 9th. Angels lead it 7-6. And here is Clay Taylor, new first baseman.
I think things are going to start to cool down a little bit here, too, which will be welcome.
Yeah, got up to the low 90s a few days ago. Pitch to Taylor is a strike called 0-1. Mariners right now, 74 players in camp. On the roster, a lot of players playing on their respective World Baseball Classic clubs. Here's a swing and a foul out of play on the third base side, and the count is 0-2 on Taylor. And now the Mariners down to their final out. Team Italy has defeated the Cubs this afternoon over in Mesa 9-4. Team USA leading the Giants 15-1. Game in the 9th inning. Now the stretch by Anderson, and the 0-2 pitch, swinging a fly ball, straightaway center field. Rodriguez going back, it's over his head, and the ball bounces up against the wall in straightaway center. Taylor in at second base represents the time run of the ball game, and the kids have a chance to come back.
The second baseman, number 2, Cole.
So a big double by Taylor with the count 0-2 on him. Drives it into center field, and now here's Cole Young. Cole with a home run a couple of days ago to right field. His first home run of the spring. I saw him with this wrap around his left wrist. And he said he jammed his wrist diving for a ball in that game 2 days ago. But, man, he put a charge into a pitch for his first home run of the spring. Now time is called.
I think he for sure should swing for the fences here.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Early in the count, why not?
Yeah.
And if he connects, it will go a long way.
Yes, it will. He's got some pop. He hit the longest home run of the season last year. Rivero out to the mound of the catcher. Now he's back. The stretch and the pitch to Cole is a strike called 0-1.
Cole did not get the memo.
Cole 0 for 1 on the day. Took over at second base from Ryan Bliss, who was 1 for 3 with a double. The stretch by Anderson. Kicks, delivers way up high with a fastball for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Turns out that wasn't a strike.
Young back up there. Taylor looking to score the tying run of the game with a base hit. Here's the pitch to Cole, and it's way inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Young called up early in the season last year from AAA Tacoma, where he hit 277. Anderson, a look back to the runner, and now the 2-1 pitch to Young. Swing and a foul at the plate. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mariners had success against these Angels last year. They were 9-4 against the Angels. Mariners looking for a clutch base hit from Cole. How about a home run to win it? How about a walk-off home run? Big home run a couple of days ago. Cole calls time. Now he's back up there just as quickly. Anderson looks and has the sign from Rivero. Look back at the runner, Taylor. And the right-hander's 2-2 pitch is in the dirt and knocking it down Rivero as it's squirted between his legs. Ball 3, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now Cole's looking for a fastball. They park one onto the berm in right field, Shannon. There's still about 10 people left up there. Anderson taking a little bit of time. Taylor again a lead at second base. Still looking in. Now the stretch by Anderson. And the right-hander's pitch on the way, and it's low and inside for ball 4. Young draws a walk. And now the Mariners have a runner on at second. The tying run there. Go ahead, run the winning run. Young is on at first base. And here comes Brock Rodden.
Because it's the 9th inning.
Brock Rodden.
Shannon pointed out that Brock Rodden always bats in the 9th, and I'm starting to track back. It does seem,
right.
I do feel like Shannon is right on this. And what do you know?
It's Brock Rodden.
Here we are.
Well, let's see if Brock Rodden could be the hero here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2-on-2 away. The pitch to him is inside for ball 1. Base hit into the gap. There's a lot of room in right center field for Rodden batting left-handed because the center fielder Rodriguez is way over into left center field. Young would be able to score the winning run from first base. 2-on-2 outs, down by a run, 7-6. Here's the pitch, swung on, popped up and out of play on the third base side. And the count is even on Rodden at 1-1. Rodden with a chance to win it with an extra base hit. Runners get their leads. Taylor on at second. Young on at first base. Now the stretch and the 1-1 to Rodden, swing and a pop-up outside of third. Maybe a play over is Donovan Walton. He's there in front of the dugout to make the catch. And that will retire the side and end the game. The Angels hang on and win it this afternoon. A final score of 7-6. The Mariners leave 2 on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Once again, the final score, the Angels 7, the Mariners 6. We'll be back with the totals right after this time out.